Hey folks, so still in a little bit of beta, but I have an indicator I want to go over with you today. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. This is the ability to transfer objects from one chart or workspace to another. And I actually took some time to put one of these together and then found out while I was recording a tutorial that there's already something that kind of does that on the chart. So if you take a look at this, if you double click on your chart, you click Share Drawing Objects. Double click on your next chart, click Share Drawing Objects. Hit OK. Now you can transfer objects from one chart to the next. Now it needs to be the same chart, but you see this says NQU25 and this says ES25. So the problem there is that this only seems to work on the first data stream, not the second data stream, which is where Eric enters in because there's a Discord member that says that they actually need this to show up for other data streams. So that is what I put together. All right, but if we just change this chart here to ESU25, where are we at here? Okay, so when we get the right scale, you see that anything that you put, these objects that you put on one chart show up on the next chart, and you can drag them around if they're not locked. You can drag them around, so forth and so on. I mean, it's pretty intuitive. It's crazy that it took so long for it to get up and running. I've been using TradeStation for a number of years, and I know plenty of people before that. And for this to just now be coming around now, this is absolutely bananas. But anyway, it's here. So, you know, that's pretty quick. I like it. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this off, or let's get rid of the drawing objects. We'll remove those, select all, hit OK. But now remember, those don't show up for the second data stream, right? ESU down here is on the second data stream. It also didn't show up. So if you had like say you have the 1 minute chart there, you want the 5 minute chart down here, well, you need to go and separately mark up your second data stream, right? Okay, I didn't turn Share Drawing Objects off, so we'll turn that off. Okay. All right, but like I said, cue Eric. Okay, so what I have here is I'll turn on my sender and receiver. Here is we'll make this top one the sender for now. We'll make this bottom one the receiver. Okay, so since we're on ESU25, I can take and I can draw an object too. Wow. Yeah, okay, so cool. And it follows it around maybe more sluggishly than the other one, but overall, not a bad idea. I didn't want it to track, like, so when I click here and as I'm moving it, I could have this indicator down here moving along with it, but I felt like that would take up too much processing power. So I just rather made it separate. So once it gets done moving, then, you know, it will make the correction on the other chart. And now from the other chart, you can also adjust the position as well. Okay, so on all three of these data streams, mine works on all three. Nah, boo boo. Okay, so we can change the color, and then once we make a little change to the price or the location, it will change them all, and they are still movable and editable all at one time. So now we can go and we can do the same thing with an ellipse. Same thing. Move it. Now, if you want to delete it, however, you won't be able to delete it from your follower script. You need to go up here to your first script and delete it from there. Okay, and then that will delete them all. Okay, all right. So now you say, hey Eric, what if I have different indicators on, different tickers? Well, so what? Click your ticker here. And NQU25. Okay, we just need to make sure that they stay separate. So we have one that says ES25 and one that's NQ, where our ES still is connected with the ES up here because it's the same ticker. Okay, and again, we can change whatever we want to on here, and it doesn't bother NQ. Or we could make this NQ, U25, and then we could take this one and make it ESU25. Of course, it made them both that. There's something in the programming that I think when you change the smaller time frame, it changes them both, but either way. So you see how well this is working. Like I say, if you go down here to the receiver and you put a horizontal line, well, it's the receiver, so it's not going to do anything. Okay, so if you go up to the sender and put a horizontal line, well, now you got a horizontal line that tracks on all your data streams that have the same ticker. This is very cool. And I actually even had a couple of changes that I had to make just recently while I was putting together these tutorials, and yeah, it made it work very well. Okay, so also have our trend line, the same thing. Okay, so change the color, can do whatever. All right, I think this is probably very useful for the people who need it, and of course, trading is not a, unfortunately, it's not a group sport. It'd be cooler if it was, I guess, but there's, I'll just leave it at that. So anyway, if you find some value in this, by all means, hit the like, subscribe, and I think I should have a link attached for the Buy Me a Coffee little website. You can use that to find access to this ELD. This one took me quite a while. Several years in programming, and this still took me a couple days, up to, I don't know, 20 hours or so to program. So this is not small potatoes. Okay. Again, if it was small potatoes, it wouldn't have took TradeStation friggin' 20 years to just give you the basics of a share drawing on the chart, right? I don't know how long it took them, but it's way too long. So I just took that and I put it on steroids, and I made it available for all data streams, that kind of thing. So again, I think it's pretty cool. If you have any questions, again, let me know. I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.